All right, it's media day. We have moved on to 4-6A, and I'm joined by Trinity Head Coach Aaron Lineweaver. Coach, you jumped out of the 3-6A and into 4-6A, and people were excited about that only because of that game from 05-06. They want to see that, whichever year it was when you guys played South Lake Hero. It was the first time I was in Dallas area, and that was my first game. And I was like, and I came from Buffalo, New York. I said, "You gotta be kidding me! This is what it's like." And everybody talks about that, and they're just so excited about that game, but since you left this district and came back, the Byron Nelson has turned themselves into a power. And you got these Keller teams. Bella's finally shaking that monkey off their back, which I'm sure you don't want me to bring up. You brought up positive stuff to me off the call, but I'm bringing up negative stuff. Talk to me about joining 4-6A and how excited you are with the new competition from the last couple of years.
Well, there's no shortage of talent and coaches in this league and really in the DFW area in itself. When you look at it, I have personally worked with Eric Vance at Keller Central, Bill Poe at Northwest, Travis Pride at Byron Nelson, and I worked for and was obviously Coach Dodge was a player at South Lake. And I worked for him for years and for his dad. And I worked with Ellis Miller at Eaton. So not only is there really good players, I know there's some really good coaches and coaching staffs also.
Yeah, there's definitely going to be, and there's going to be talented players in this district too, as usual. I want to talk about, let's say the Rangers are just down the road, and they got Garcia, Seeger, and Simeon as their home run hitters. But you guys have 3 home run hitters yourself. You look at JT Harris, you look at John Meredith, you look at Ethan Williams Wright. Home run hitters. They can make things happen at any moment. How excited and I'm not even bringing up Josh Bell yet. We'll bring him up in a little bit. But you talk about the speed those 3 players got, and some people on this podcast may not even know you have John Meredith on your team yet. But talk about the speed they bring to the table and how they can just break a game open on one play.
Well, it starts with our coaches and our offensive line. They create space and holes, and they got a great scheme, and you can't block them all, but those guys that we try to get the ball to can make you miss and make you pay for it when you do miss. So we're blessed to have some kids that can run. They're tough. We got some receivers that can go get it, and we got a quarterback that can put it on the money, and he can run too. So it's just a matter of doing what we do, and when we take those shots, we got to connect on them.
And as usual, you got the guys up front, the Kyoto brothers. First of all, talk about those big guys, and talk about how they can open up. And you don't have to open up much of a hole for the speed that you got, but how they can kind of open that hole up and get you some big yardage.
It's a different Sunday for the coaches to prepare for our offense, and because I've done it, and it's getting the scout team prepared. That's a whole different animal. We feel like that's to our advantage for sure. And then when it comes down to it, our offensive line for a long time, they take a lot of pride in being physical and leaning on people, and it allows us to win some games, and they won a lot of games here doing that.
On defense, teams can't make a mistake, because as much as confusion it is, they may get excited stopping a guy on first and second down 2 possessions in a row, but it only takes that one time. And when you guys got JT Harris, who I think the T stands for tantalizing Harris, and Josh Bell that can break it, you kind of tell them, you see the guys you have up front. If you're not getting anywhere on first and second down, at some point you're going to get somewhere to keep plugging away. I don't think that's something you need to tell them, but they kind of know that, you're going to get 3 or 4 chances for big games, and probably in each half.
Yeah, and both of them are really good running backs, and they understand. And it's not as easy as it sounds, but they got to trust the blocks, and they got to let it set up, and they're both really good at it. And that comes through just practice and experience. But both of them, they really know when to lower the shoulder, when to be patient, and they certainly know, or we try to coach it into them to know the situation, when to, go get it, and when to back off a little bit. But yeah, they're both really, really good running backs, and that at the end of the day, it makes them both better because it's a long season, and we don't have to count on one guy to take all the pounding, but they can both get some rest and be fresh when they get in there, and hopefully for a long season.
That is true. Trinity's been known to have that 1-2 punch. It's not just a one punch. You get that 1-2. Talk to me a little bit about John Meredith. What do you know about him coming over from Lamar, and talk about how dangerous he could be to, get them laid off of the carries as well?
Well, he's a talented kid. He hasn't played any varsity ball yet. So, we just got to use the first week of practice, the early week, because we did not do spring ball. So we got a second scrimmage. So we're going to use that time to see, how he can help us the best. And, right now he's going to be on the field. It's just a matter of offense, defense, or a little bit of both.
Right. Speaking about defense, we talked about the offense. I don't think you guys are going to have much trouble scoring points. Talk about defense and stopping the other teams, because there's some prolific offenses in this defense.
Yeah.
In this district, who might we look for to make some big stops for you guys?
Well, in the middle, you got Gordon Moatow, who's a really good player at Mike linebacker. Michael Tillman up front, and Thaddeus Benton up front. And in the back end, we got some guys that had a really good spring. I say that without doing spring ball. We did a lot during the period, but we got some guys coming back that played a lot of football, and they can run a little bit and savvy, and they're eager to learn, and they're hungry. So I'm certainly excited about our defensive staff and defensive side of the ball.
Awesome. All right, Coach, I appreciate it. We're looking forward to it. I know this is super early, but that's what we do in Texas. We talk about football every day of the week. So I appreciate you joining us, and we'll probably see you week 1.
Great. Man, you guys do a great job, and I appreciate you supporting high school football. And if you need anything from me, just let me know. But we're excited also. So it's going to be fun.
Thank you, Coach.